Hello makers! It's time to review the Nina Cardigan by Style Arc Patterns. Let's get into it.
You know where to find me.
So I am Catherine from Sheer Stitchery, and today I wanted to chat with you about a new Style Arc pattern, the Nina Cardigan. So I stitched this up, and in terms of the stitching, I would say it would be an adventurous beginner or an intermediate sewist could definitely stitch this up. But there is one caveat. If you are just downloading the pattern or ordering it, the instructions are pretty darn minimal. And so for that reason, I would say a sewist that has a bit more experience in understanding how the garments are constructed is better suited for this pattern. Now, this is across the board with Style Arc patterns. They tend to be pretty minimal on the pattern instructions. They usually give you a paragraph about yay big, and then 1 or 2 diagrams on a completely separate page. And from my knowledge, I do believe that Style Arc originally designs patterns for ready to wear, and then they sell those patterns as well for sewists to stitch up. So they've got some really great patterns as well as interesting ideas in terms of those garment constructions. That being said, if you really want to try out this cardigan, I did a sewing tutorial for Minerva, and I will link it down below for you. That way you can have step-by-step how to stitch this up. That way, if you've already purchased the pattern or if you're thinking about doing it and are unsure about the level of directions, it'll give you a great step-by-step guide on how to do absolutely everything. And even if you're a beginner sewist, I'm sure you can complete that. Now, in terms of the fit of this, it fits absolutely fabulously. Shoulder construction, sleeve length, the overall fit. Yes, it's supposed to be a little bit looser, but it fits perfectly, and I didn't need to do up any adjustments on the muslin, which is absolutely fabulous on this. The one thing you do need to pay attention to are your dogs. And no, I don't mean cute little puppies. I mean the degree of greatest stretch in your fabric. Especially if you're a beginner sewist, you may be familiar with the grain lines, which runs parallel to your salve edge. But with your dogs or degree of greatest stretch, most commonly that runs perpendicular to that. So it is actually the opposite way. But different fabrics have different stretches. And if you have a 4-way stretch, it might stretch more in one direction than it does in another direction. Now, this fabric that I decided to use is only a 2-way stretch. So it is only stretchable through the perpendicular to the grain line, which is great, but you do need to pay attention to that because your garment will not fit right if you place it not within that degree of greatest stretch. So do pay attention to that. The most difficult area on this pattern is actually where this little flap portion decides to connect with the back of the bodice and kind of create this like skirt flounce that comes down in a bit of a waterfall shape. Because there's a bit of a Y seam in there, it's a wee bit tricky. If you've been sewing for a bit and you're comfortable with that, honestly, it shouldn't give you too much trouble, and the video that I did really does explain it quite well and how to intersect those seams. But other than that, it is fairly simple in terms of the construction. Heck, you don't even need to set in the sleeves. They are set in when the garment is flat, which is my personal favorite way to inset a single piece sleeve, just because it's easier, and hey, it's what they do in ready to wear to speed up that process as well. Overall, I really like this pattern, and I do believe I would make it again. I would love to hear your thoughts on this pattern or your experiences with the Nina Cardigan or just Style Arc patterns in general. As well, if you have a favorite cardigan or sort of like over jacket sweater that you absolutely love their pattern, let me know in the comments down below. I am on the search for the perfect cardigan. Until next time, makers, this is Sheer Stitchery, and let's get our sewspiration on. And if you haven't done so already, do head on over to our website. We've got a ton of freebies there, as well as the free Stitch Society that you can join for free patterns.